raining cats and dogs. Oh, it's shooting fish in a barrel. I smell a rat. Let the cat out of the bag. Hold your horses. Friends, have you guessed what I am going to share? Absolutely. Idioms. Hello and welcome. I am Tushar from English EdTech. Today I am going to share a few pretty impressive animal idioms. If you are using idioms, then it is definitely a more advanced level of communication in English. Idioms exist in every language. Idioms are used both in spoken and written English. They are used both in formal and informal situations. The correct use of idioms can convey your thoughts perfectly. But what is an idiom? An idiom is an expression which is not according to the usual patterns of the language. Idiom is an expression with a figurative meaning which is totally different from the literal meaning. Native speakers love idioms because they consider them to be an important part of the language and their cultural heritage. In order to sound more natural and creative, native speakers use idioms all the time. But use of idioms are quite challenging for non-native speakers. Non-native speakers do need to know idioms so crucially to sound more natural and interesting. As idioms are a wonderful part of the language, let's learn few animal idioms today. The first idiom is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. Have you heard this idiom earlier? Meaning, an obvious problem or difficult situation that people do not want to talk about. Uncomfortable to discuss but clear to everyone. Example: a 30-year-old unemployed youngster is the big elephant in the room for family members. The situation is awkward and uncomfortable. We use this idiom for a specific problem. The decreasing result of the faculty is the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. Let's move from elephant to fish. The next idiom is a fish out of water. A fish out of water. Meaning, if you are a fish out of water, you feel awkward because you are in an unusual or unfamiliar situation. You feel uncomfortable or embarrassed in unfamiliar surrounding or situation. Example: when Raj entered in the new school, he felt like a fish out of water because he didn't know anyone there. When Priyanka first moved to a big city from the countryside, she was like a fish out of water. A person who is in a completely unsuitable environment or situation. When someone is contributing in the project more than all other people, then the lion's share is a perfect idiom to use. The lion's share. Meaning, the majority of something, the largest part of something. Example: Rahul's younger brother grabbed the lion's share of the dessert. An N.G.O working for environmental issues received the lion's share of funding from the countrymen. The next idiom is most commonly used by the native speakers. Butterflies in one's stomach. Butterflies in one's stomach. Meaning, anxious and nervous feeling. Example: Jane always has butterflies in her stomach before a test. Whenever I go on the stage, I get butterflies in my stomach. Some students get butterflies in their stomach before entering the principal's cabin. This job interview is so important. I have had butterflies in my stomach all day. If you want to describe a person who is very kind and gentle, then this idiom is for you. Wouldn't hurt a fly, not hurt a flea. Meaning, someone who is very peaceful and non-violent. Example, my son is as sweet as honey and wouldn't hurt a fly. Mr. Patel looks big and dangerous, but he wouldn't hurt a fly. Someone who is very kind and gentle. It's time to move from a flying insect to an animal that cannot fly. So the next idiom is pigs might fly. Pigs might fly. Meaning, this idiom is said about something that has no chance of happening, the unlikeliness of some event. This expression is often used for humorous effect, to scoff at over-ambition. Example, you might get into the national cricket team if you practice hard. Yes, pigs might fly. So it's a sarcastic remark used to indicate that it will never happen. Have a whale of time. Meaning, have an enjoyable time. Have an exciting or amusing experience. Example, the children had a whale of time in the amusement park and didn't want to go home. Students have a whale of time on vacations. I had a whale of time when I was in Kashmir tour. The next idiom is canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Meaning, someone or something that is an early warning of trouble or danger. Example, a decline in automobile sector is thought to be a canary in a coal mine for an economic downturn. Melting ice in the polar region is nothing but a canary in a coal mine for all of us. The next idiom is one of my favorite. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Meaning, to be patient. Slow down. Stay on or wait. To stop and consider carefully the decision and opinion about something. Example, don't jump to conclusions. One more idiom. Don't jump to conclusions. Hold your horses, will you? Let's have a discussion on it first. Hold your horses. We have not won yet, so don't start celebrating. The next idiom is also one of my favorite. Let the cat out of the bag. Meaning, to reveal a secret. Allow the secret to be known. Example, she laid the cat out of the bag and finally told her parents about her plans of Europe tour. Friends, did you learn any new idioms today? Have you missed your favorite in these animal idioms? Well, what are you waiting for? Let the cat out of the bag and let me know in the comments below. Would you like to share some similar animal idiom in the comments below? Thanks for joining me here at English EdTech. Bye for now. Happy learning.